Today, I'm going to show you the super secret technique to make your hooks stand out from the rest of your song. This is how I mix my verse and my hooks. Welcome to my channel, my friend. I'm Macro from Mixing with Macro. I'm a professional recording and mixing engineer, and I've done recording and mixing for major record labels and many independent artists. And my goal is to help you streamline your recording and your mixing process for fast and consistent results. That is why I want to invite you to grab my gift to you that will make your mixes go from 0 to 100, where I show you all my plugins, all my plugin chains, my plugin settings, and the way I use my plugins and the mindset behind everything within a 5-step cheat sheet that you can read in less than 10 minutes, and it will take you from 0 to 100 in your mixing in less than 30 minutes. It's absolutely free and it's in the description right now, so go ahead and check it out. Now let me show you how to mix your hooks and your verse. Alright, I'm going to show you today how to differentiate between your hooks and your verses. Alright, you're going to learn today that it is nothing to overthink. All you have to do is, one, if you're working with an artist, find out where is the hook actually happening. And you want to ask this if it's not very obvious. Sometimes it's obvious it's a hook because it's very repetitive, that kind of stuff. But sometimes it's not very obvious. So you got to ask the artist, or the artist would just tell you. If you're the artist, you already know what's the hook, where it's gonna go and all that. In my sessions, I usually don't differentiate in any big way. The fact that it repeats at a certain point in the song would communicate to whoever's listening that this is the hook right here. And the hook usually, not all the time, because I had a session last night with Iayze Fazo, and his hooks didn't even happen at the start. Usually the hooks happen at the start, and then a verse happens, and then the hook repeats again. All right, last night was different. His verse came first, then his hook, then another verse, and then the hook came again. So communicate with your artist. If you're the artist, then you're already good. You already should know where your hook is gonna go. Now, this is Lil Perk from Atlanta. He's a young artist. He's very talented. Listen to what we're working with here.
You going crazy.
I see option, now they dead, and now my eyes start turning red. My elders spit for diamond, but they tryna put bro up in them feds. OJ being calm because I'm knowing what it is. Said her hoe, she tryna set me off, she forgot she can get killed.
Alright, so that is the hook, right? You can see that it repeats over here.
I see option, now they dead, and now my eyes start turning red.
Alright, so what I'm going to show you is how to differentiate between these parts, because the beat is very static. You can tell by the waveform that the beat doesn't really change up and have a bunch of changes inside of it. You can see that there's a 1, 2, 3, the doom, doom, doom. Just the 3 hits that happen all the way through, and it's enough for the artist to catch a vibe and catch a flow and begin to lay down some raps. Now, for me, in the hook, you can tell it just happens. The beat itself differentiates already because there's the intro when you listen to it.
Yeah, you going crazy.
I see option, now they dead, and now my eyes start turning red.
Alright, as soon as the drums start happening, well, the kicks, it tells you that, alright, something different is happening now. The drums came in, there's vocals now. Alright, you don't really have to do too much. If you want, you can do a beat drop.
Yeah, you going.
I see option, now they dead, and now my eyes start turning red.
That's one way to differentiate that, alright, something is about to happen. Alright? Don't overthink this. Like, I'm telling you, it's nothing for you to overthink. But if you actually want to differentiate, I'm showing you the tools that differentiates your hook from your verses and different parts of the song. Sometimes I think about it like hook, verse and stuff, but other times I think about it in different parts of the song. So we got the verse happening right here. Well, the verse kind of ends up to this point, right? So the verse ends up to here, and then there's a bridge.
Yeah, man, y'all niggas start fucking dissing on diamond, nigga. I don't even like that diss, but y'all nigga done got me in that mode, nigga. Forever gang, nigga, can't wait to whack it. I see option, now they dead.
there's a bridge right there, and then the hook comes back in right after the bridge. And how I differentiate these two parts is that I put a little filter on the beat. It's that simple. I didn't do any drops. You can see there's no cuts in this beat. It just goes all the way through.
Yeah, man, y'all niggas start fucking dissing on Diamond. I don't even like the diss, but y'all need done got me.
Hear the little filter, and then as soon as the hook comes back in, the drums, it comes out of the filter, and the drums start hitting again. Alright, someone asked me about this, like how do you differentiate between your hooks and your verses? And I use the beat to do a lot of that stuff. When it comes to the vocals, I want the vocals to sound consistent. Unless there's something absolutely creative that I feel like I need to do to the song depending on what the artist is giving me, then I would do something to the vocal itself. But really, the vocal sounds the same. If you was to mute the beat here, and you play from the ending of the hook into the verse, you'll hear it sounds the same.
Get away, and he act like a hoe, he ain't got no gun, he quit the space I made. And you older than my little one, don't be bad when he whip out Drake.
It literally sounds the same. So if you wanted to absolutely differentiate between these two parts,
get away, and he act like a hoe, he ain't got no gun, he quit the space I made. And you older than my
I would use the beat, do a beat drop.
Get away, and he act like a hoe, he ain't got no gun, he quit the space I made. And you older than my little.
Alright, so they kind of know that, alright, something just changed, something just happened. It's really a trigger in your mind that you're trying to communicate to whoever's listening to your song, right? You're trying to communicate that, alright, this is the beat. It's very static. This is the vocals. This is the flow. Now, here are the different elements I'm going to add to the beat, not to distract from the song, but to add to the song that pulls out that you're, okay, different parts are happening. It's like, think of it like a different scene in a movie and you're just adding transitions. Like how sometimes a movie might fade to black and then the next scene happens, or maybe it might have a cool transition where it zooms into a mountain and the mountain turns into a road, and then you're in a car driving. When the last scene you were in a house, right? It's kind of like, think about it like that you're doing. And it's not distracting. It's not this big thing that happens. It's just something that takes you from one place to the next. And in this case, we're just talking about going from the hook to the verse. So I would do a beat drop. I would do something creative with the beat, like maybe put the beat in a telephone or something, put a filter on the beat, maybe add some distortion, do something crazy like that. In the vocals, I usually just keep it the same because the only difference to me is what happens in the beat and everything. And I keep in mind that the artist just wants to be heard. All right, they don't want to be heard in a distracting way. You know, most artists, unless they're super creative and they just love, like, think of a Travis Scott, so they just love effects and all these things on their vocals. Unless they're artists like that, then you would try different things to see what works. And what sounds good to me is the thing that emphasizes the artist and not distracts from the artist. So that's it. So I just put a filter on the beat here, a little underwater filter, and then I put a telephone filter on his voice as he was talking right here to really differentiate it. All right, we're in a different part and we're about to come into a different scene.
Yeah, man, y'all niggas start fucking dissing on Diamond. I don't even like the diss, but y'all niggas done got me in that mode, nigga. Forever gang, nigga, can't wait to whack it. I see y'all sitting now they dead and now my eyes start turning red.
Right, if you wanted to, you can cut the beat out.
Like the diss, but y'all niggas done got me in that mode, nigga. Forever gang, nigga, can't wait to whack it. I see y'all sitting now they dead and now.
Alright, you could do that. You can also do an effect where you can reverse. I went into audio suite, I hit reverse right here. You can reverse it.
I see y'all sitting now they dead and now my eyes start.
Do something cool, you know, and it's only limited by your imagination, really. Like, there's no wrong answer. Yeah, like if for some reason you make this like super loud, like just to make this super loud.
In that mode, nigga, forever gang, nigga, can't wait to whack it. I see y'all sitting now they dead and now.
You see how that still works? It still kind of works. Like, there's no wrong answer, because imagine we're in a creative field. All right. Okay. Listen. The only wrong answer is if it distracts from everything. Like, that's the only wrong. Like, if it's distracting and you cannot hear the artist, that's the wrong answer. But if it emphasizes the artist and make them sound even better, that's the right answer, man. That's why I tell you, like, it's really based on your imagination, and I feel like you have the imagination in you. And big shouts out to the person that reached out to me in the comments that asked that question of how to differentiate, because it means that they're thinking about, okay, how can I make my mixes better? How can I make my mixes stand out even more? And that's how I do it. So basically, I let the beat do the work, because the beat is coming in with an intro with no drums, so that's already a differentiator. And then when the drums hit, that's different from the part that happens before. All right, so I let the beat do the heavy lifting there. From the end of the hook into the verse, I might do a beat drop, I might switch something in the beat or something, and leave it at that. All right, if it's actually something that I really want to differentiate, you could maybe cut this and make it a telephone.
They said I can't get away, and he act like a hoe, he ain't got no gun, he quit the space I made, and you older than my little one.
You could do that. It could be interesting, you know. Just like I said, just try things, and if it sounds great, if you're working with an artist and the artist agrees with what you're deciding to do, then that's the right answer. If it doesn't sound good and you don't like it, it doesn't feel good, don't do it. That simple. Like, just, it's really follow your gut. Again, take that away from this video, that don't overthink it, try different things, and hey, remember that music is a creative thing and you're going to have to be creative. All right, yes, there's rules and stuff, and that's what I put out on my channel, so you can see, all right, these are certain rules that I must stay within to make my stuff sound amazing. That's my cheat sheet. That's everything that I lay out in there. Like, follow these guidelines. All right, now when you get the rules down and you have everything sounding great and you start adding effects, now you can think about, now you don't have to think about, okay, how can I make this vocal sound great? Now you can think about, okay, how can I make it sound even better? Which is the creative question that led us to this video. That's it. Try different things, see what works for you. I've showed you a few things that I've done within this song with Lil Perk out here from Atlanta. Go listen to it. I'm gonna link it in the description below, so feel free to go listen to what I did there, and I'll see you guys in the next video. With these simple techniques, you can make your song sound more interesting, and you will be able to draw in your listener, making them more than likely to want to replay your song over and over and over again because it sounds great. And leave in the comments below what you took from this video that's most valuable to you, and please share with me the other things that you would like me to cover, all right, and the things that you would want me to go more in depth on. Okay, and if you already do this, what are some of the ways that you mix your verses and hooks? All right, feel free to use the comment section for all of that. I see all the comments and I appreciate you sticking around to the end. Okay, go ahead and check the description for that free cheat sheet that will take your mix from 0 to 100 in less than 30 minutes, where you can drop it on streaming services immediately. Okay, so yeah, check it out. It is my gift to you. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.